Hi, Addie Joe. Right now it is a Friday and I am driving home from Durham. The reason I was in Durham today is because I went to FLANC, the Foreign Language Association of North Carolina conference. You go and there's a bunch of different sessions and you can choose from all sorts of different things. You go and you listen to different people talk about different ways to teach culture, different ways to approach grammar and vocabulary and all sorts of different things. So I get to do that all day today instead of going to school. So it was pretty fun, and I get to go again tomorrow because it's a 2-day thing. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I learned today because it was freaking awesome. My favorite one was there was this session called C is for Culture, and I forget her name, but she works in Charlotte Mech schools, and she used Star Trek to teach us about teaching culture. It was great because that's all Star Trek is, right? It's basically going where no human has gone before and having those cultural interactions and having to learn how to interact with different species and having to learn their culture. And basically what we were learning and talking about was, you can't just learn a language and be able to go and communicate properly with someone, a speaker of that language. Like, you could go to another country and only have learned the language, but still offend somebody because you didn't learn the culture in which that language has context. Language requires culture as context. For example, in France, you go and when you go inside a shop, you say bonjour whether somebody's there or not. And also, you don't smile at people you don't know. Like, unless they told a funny joke, you don't smile. It's just a thing that doesn't happen. So I think that's probably where a lot of Americans seem to think that French people are rude because they don't smile a lot. Well, in France, you only smile a lot if A, you're taking advantage of someone, you're trying to be overly polite, or you're just a chump, basically. So people are distrusting of people that smile all the time in France. But it was fun because we got to watch like clips about data and a Klingon. That interaction was funny. And also just a couple other things. A Vulcan who, very logical as opposed to another race. I forget which race it was. But who was very like emotional, and it's fun to see, but like also it's a really good way of kind of getting to that point. So that was really good. And then there was another one that I really liked that was about using a theme in your classroom. So you pick a theme and you base everything you do around that theme. So the example theme for this one was water. So in that there was all sorts of different resources that she showed. Like you can introduce a vocabulary that has to do with water. So like using scientific terms. So like the water cycle. Teach like the terms for the water cycle, and then watch Sid the Science Kid, but in French, video clip about it. And you could talk about like the different French-speaking countries in Africa, and how in some of those countries there are still water problems. Like people don't have running water in their homes. People don't have clean water near their homes. So a lot of times women will have to stop going to school so that they can go get clean water for their families, and then you springboard off of that into how like there are still places in the world where there's not an equal society, and this is your exit. Say hi, wave. Hi, Addie Joe's old house. So it was a fun day overall, and I look forward to going to it tomorrow. And I look forward to seeing your video later. Bye. One last thing, Eddie Joe. I just thought I'd be nice and let you see all the beautiful fall foliage that's happening in my neck of the woods right now. Just, so I can make you a little homesick. Alright. Bye.